The more you can do that to simplify your decision making process, the easier things you can do within the days, and you can control your time better because of that. That's what I believe. This is Get Unstuck Podcast, a podcast for entrepreneurs who prioritize their life first, business second. I'm Mutita Panmook, your host, who dedicates my life to designing and building a business that supports lifestyle. We will learn together from entrepreneurs around the world how they overcome their life challenges, their business obstacles, and yet still get unstuck from the hamster wheel of burying themselves into their business. Because time is the number one commodity in the world that you cannot get back once it's gone. So let's shorten the learning curve and see how can we prioritize better. Let's get unstuck. Hi, Get Unstuck Nation. Happy New Year 2025. We made it again to next year. Almost every year, this podcast will share with you how to reorganize and declutter your personal life and business to get started with the year ahead. So let's start with the first start, shall we? Let's get started. There are 5 tips that I want to share with you this episode. I think that it would be important and would be useful for you. The very first thing that I encourage you to start doing is to check your finance of the last year. So you may want to go back and check your profit and loss statement of your business, how you are doing, which one that make you profit and which one give you losses, right? What are the good decisions? Take note on that. What were bad decisions that you made apart from the whole year? Take note on that, and sit down and go back to the history of what makes you think that way. So in case that the history may repeat, you understand your thinking process, why it makes you decide to go that. And maybe in the future you came across the same situation, you wouldn't make the same mistake again because you learned from your own history, right? Next part about your finance of the last year would be about your own expenses. So there are fixed expenses and flexible expenses, right? You could forecast ahead of your financial year about your fixed expenses already, that what are the things that you need to pay for your business and for your personal. So meaning that at least you need to make to cover those expenses. But what about the flexible expenses that you can keep adjusting? Which one matters? Which one doesn't necessary? So you need to take a look at those things and really deep down understand what is necessary and what is not. This is the time for you to get started to do that. That is the first tip. Let's move on to the next one. Time, in Get Unstuck method here, we are very advocate on how you spend time. So review how you spend time. First thing, I see many people going on meeting quite often per week. So how many meetings do you have per week? Usually, do you have that answer? Are they really necessary? So just cut off those unnecessary meetings if it's not important or it doesn't need your presence there. It's required for you to really be conscious. Are you going to reduce the meeting time or how you make it more efficient? Restructure your time. How do you want your days to look like? Make it a habit. This is the time to get started. If you don't know when gonna start, this is now. So setting your priority right. What is this year goal? At least the biggest goal for business and for personal. And what would be the priority that would be untouchable for your business and for your personal life? And then what are the action takings that you need to take to get to that goals that align with the priority that you have? And then you reverse engineer. That's how you do OKR basically. So that's how you keep the tracking process of your to-do list and how you restructure your time. The rest would be going back to check the Eisenhower metrics about which one is urgent, which one is important, which one is not urgent and important. Are you going to do it or schedule to do it later? Or the things that not urgent, not important at all. Is that really your concern? Or is urgent but not that important? Can someone do it for you? So these things check your resources, personal resources, that is there anyone can do it for you as well, so that you can delegate more time with that and can focus more on what really matters for you. So review how you spend your time. Next tip would be about your company backend clearance. Is there anything that require updates? It's been a year that we haven't talked about this thing. So it's gonna take some work to do this. I know your company data about how your team members details, any address update, like these are some small things that people may change but not really talk about. Anything that requires to archive because it's not being used anymore, like something that you haven't touched for years, just archive it and keep only the things you are using currently, so that you will see what to focus and don't have distraction. We're trying to reduce distraction over here. Do you need to update your company knowledge base? Are they out to date? Are there any updated SOP that you need to add more? This is the time. If you're not going to do it, just set a meeting or start delegate the tasks for your team to update the knowledge base and SOP. That would help a lot. Any learning curve for the team members that require new training to have, like this is the time to ask what do they need to improve their professional level and or even personal level, so that you have a better team members to contribute to your company and towards the common goals. Does your website needs updates? This is also a part of the back end, right? Do you have any company theme to set to improve this year? Like last year, my company said that we will onboard better clients, like more right fit clients. So this year, we will improve our whole media presence. That is this year goal. What about you? Where's your company goal? So tip number 4, check your business operation. So business operation is everything that how it operates, right? How your machine runs. So review the past project, which one that gives you highest ROI and lowest ROI. What is it that in there that works and what doesn't work? We want to have a case study here so that we know what not to do further and what to keep doing. I think this is very important because each company has a different momentum regarding to this, but you will see from the history. And what are the obstacles of working together? Like have an open heart conversation. Like what are the things that stopping you from getting to the goal or hitting the target of the team or of the company at that time, or even success the project? What is a team problem? What is the company problem? Why we not success, or how can we do better? What can we improve this workflow? Which process that we can simplify? Are we provide things that confuse our team? Because that could confuse the customer or client as well. This is something to be considered. Is there any service or package or product that needs to develop more? Are there any R&D required? Do we need to outsource researchers to do that, or we can do it internally? So these are about at least business operation to consider about. Last tip for this episode though, what about your office environment, physical environment? Organize your desk, right? It's new year. We want to like have a fresh start. Clean everything, make it clear, make it like just easy to find stuff, donate things that you not even touch for years. Keep it clean to make it easy for your eyes, basically. And or in case that you still have to keep them, buy more storage and organize your room better so that you can locate things easier. It would help your brain to organize and reduce the decision-making process. The more you can do that to simplify your decision-making process, the easier things you can do within the days, and you can control your time better because of that. That's what I believe. So I hope these 5 tips will help you kick off 2025 as wonderful as you want to. And happy new year again, Get Unstuck Nation. I'm so honored and so appreciate you for the support all these years until the next episode. So let's get unstuck. I hope this episode inspires you wherever you are in your entrepreneurial journey, so that you can have your business that supports your lifestyle. Get a show note at getunstuckmethod.com/podcast. Review what we have learned together today and start implementing right now. See it by yourself. The result of your consistent action are worth it. You deserve the freedom to enjoy your life.
Until the next episode, let's get unstuck.